That's Creedence Clearwater Revival, 11 to midday. Now, we mentioned it earlier on in the Gardening Hour, here on BBC Coventry in Warwickshire. Gardening Hour, of course, with Darren Rudge, between 10 and 11 every Saturday. National Tree Week. It's the UK's largest tree celebration that's been going on since 1975 to annually launch the start of the winter tree planting season. So, let's get our good friend on, the brilliant tree hunter himself, Rob McBride, with us. Happy Tree Week, Rob!
Happy Tree Week, Molly. How are you doing?
I'm very pleased to have you on. You must be in your element.
Well, I'm going to have to say it straight away, aren't I? I'm feeling tremendous this morning. You have to get that one in.
Yeah. Now then, our Rob, tell us, for those that don't know, I know you and I discussed it this time last year, but for those that don't know, since 1975 then, why have we got a National Tree Week? What's the purpose of it?
I think it's a celebration and a sharing of our shared arboreal heritage, really, and to get people together, get communities out there planting and working together, like you've got today, this very morning in Coventry, at the Memorial Park at the Visitor Centre. You've got around about 15 tree wardens being taught some fantastic stuff by Ian McDermott, a member of the Tree Officers Association.
Oh, I wanted to talk to you about tree wardens, actually, and their importance. We've got some fabulous, as you mentioned, fabulous tree wardens here in Coventry. They're incredibly important.
Absolutely. You've got, I've just been chatting with Derek Robinson and Anne Wilson. Now, if people want to become a tree warden, I can pass you Anne's telephone number. She said that's okay, so we can sort that out.
Anne's lovely. We've had her on a fair few times on this show as well. Really nice lady. Why would people become tree wardens? What's the purpose of that? Well,
I think it's a nice way of the community sort of looking after their tree heritage, keeping an eye on the neighbourhood. There's many benefits, apart, social as well as these days, getting you out into the fresh air, bit of exercise. Always, it doesn't do anybody any harm, and it's quite a social thing with a really, really good purpose.
What are you doing at the moment? I can hear the clink of tea mugs. Are you having a brew?
I know. I've got two. God, she wouldn't be very happy with the number of dishes I've got in here at the moment. I'm just moving a trophy. I was going to talk a little bit about this, but not too much. But anyway, the Chopo Cabecero fiesta, the fiesta, biggest tree fiesta in Europe, tree fiesta that is, and I've just come back from it, so I'm still excited, as you can hear.
Oh, do tell. What kind of stuff have you been doing and seeing?
Well, this year I was very humbled because, I don't know why, but they chose me to give me the Amigo del Chopo award, so it's like the friend of the tree. So I've got this great chunk of metal on my desk here, a beautiful sculpture of a black poplar pollard. So, yeah, it was an amazing week that I had over there. About 400 people attended.
Amigo del Chopo
de Cabecero.
Cabecero, which is the black poplar pollard.
Friend of the black poplar.
Oh, you're a friend of all trees.
Friend of all trees, I am. Yes, I'm. Of course, we know I'm especially a friend. Oh God, have I got to mention the S word today? Yeah, it's National Tree Week, and we're celebrating. We're also a little bit sad, or quite a bit sad, with the S word with Sheffield. So what's going on? You may have read in the press. And in fact, I've done you a gift this morning.
Oh, yes.
If people, while we're chatting, if they just Google Tree Hunter, they could go to the homepage, and there is a video link there to the One Show. We were on the One Show the other week in Sheffield, trying to save the World War I war memorial trees that are threatened with felling.
Well, there will be a few people who don't know the story. So what's happening, just in brief, and how are you getting on with the attempt?
I'm going to try and be a bit positive, because positivity is always good.
Hang on, wait. Okay, go on.
Well, I've just tweeted, actually, Bianca Jagger, because I've now got some celebrities involved earlier this year. There's another one for you. Okay. So we've had Jarvis Cocker, Pulp, Chris Packham involved as judges in the Great Trees of Sheffield this year, the contest I sort of invented in January. So other celebrities are now involved. Bianca Jagger has just been tweeting this week. Vernon Kay's involved. George Monbiot, Cerys Matthews, Dan Llewellyn Hall, the famous artist who painted the Queen. I've taken Dan recently to Sheffield, and he painted the World War I war memorial trees. And following on from that, we had an event a couple of weeks ago with 150 people, families and kids. And there's an exhibition finishes tomorrow. It's It's at the Yellow Arch Studios in Sheffield, run by a community group called Starts. Fantastic. Sarah Deakin, it's unbelievable the work they've done. So for Tree Week, they are a shining example of what can be done.
Tree dressing as well this weekend. Tree
dressing, yes. I saw a tree dressed yesterday in Shrewsbury. It was a memorial tree. I was getting the message that some poor chap had died, and it looks like his family go every year to dress the tree.
Yeah.
So it's really nice. When you see something like that, it's like a living memorial, isn't it?
I know we've got quite a bit of that going on, haven't we, across Coventry and Warwickshire this weekend?
I think so. And if people, if they go to the Tree Hunter site on projects, oh God, it's in 2016, I've got many links to lovely parts, like the cemetery, like London Road. And I was looking at a photograph this morning, I think perhaps my favourite tree, and it's called the Copper Beech, and it was moved. I don't know if you know the story. I don't know the full story, but Derek sure does. It was moved from the centre of Coventry into the cemetery in the late 1800s. I don't know if you've heard of that one.
No, I haven't.
There's a photo. I must have got it off one of the Coventry tree forums of them sliding it along on wooden beams.
Oh, wow!
So they moved it and saved it. It's fantastic.
Well, you've spoken many times before on our show just what amazing trees we've got, luckily, across Coventry and Warwickshire. And I know you know the story of them nationally extensively.
Yeah.
What does the rest of the year hold for you, Rob? This obviously this week aside, because I know you'll be busy. But have you got some downtime over Christmas?
I don't know. I like to do catch up on archiving and perhaps I'll be planning the trip for the European Tree of the Year, which is hopefully I'll be going to Lithuania and Russia this time. There's two new countries come into the contest.
Does that start early next year?
It starts in February. February the 1st is the voting period.
Yeah.
We don't even know the UK winner yet, so that's all to come. So I will be trying to visit. If I can get some funding, I've got to try and apply for funding a little bit.
Will that all be televised again for next year?
I don't think so. I don't think they did it this year. It was good last year. I tried to get the job as the presenter, but
you'd be brilliant.
They got an unknown chap. What's his name? Ardal O'Hanlon. So Ardal was brilliant. He was good, but he did take some of my script that I gave to them. But anyway, it was good. It was a good program. But one thing, if I can just put on the home page, I've done you especially this morning. We're doing the first ever Tree Spect. It's the name of a. It's not a charity, it's one of these community interest companies, and we've just set it up, and we're doing a raffle to pay for half pay for the exhibition in Sheffield. So if people want some tremendous prizes, we've had people like Tony Kirkham from Kew Gardens, you know Tony, TV tree personality. We've got Dan Llewellyn Hall, I mentioned before, he's donated a fantastic painting. There's books from Dr. Owen Johnson, his new book, Arboretum. There's a absolute fantastic prize list there. So if people would like to support the Street Trees art project in Sheffield, they can buy some raffle tickets, please, today.
Oh, fantastic! So we go to your website. And
just on the homepage, I put you some lovely links. That's why I'm hyped. I was just trying to finish it off
before you came on. Oh, that's really kind of you. Thank you.
No, it's cool because it's been. Earlier this week, 2 days ago, I met the Environment Minister.
Oh, brilliant.
For Wales, that is, the new Environment Minister, lovely lady Hannah Bltthyn AM, and we had a little private walk to the tree called the Oak at the Gate of the Dead, and we talked about tree protection, because that's one of the things, perhaps one of the spin-offs from National Tree Week is the publicity for gain. We've talked about this before, that I can go out of my house here and I know there's a tree, say 400 years old. We've got quite a lot of them. But trees of 1,000 years old and plus, they don't have the same protection as that bus stop in London that's a listed building.
Yeah.
And it's crazy.
It is crazy.
I said to her, because they're going to beef up, they think they're going to beef up.
Rob, I'm going to have to be quick, chick. I've only got about 20 seconds left.
Okay, sorry, I'm going off today.
No, go on, you as long as we finish quick.
We're going to try and beef up the tree preservation order legislation, but I sort of put it bluntly but politely that I don't think that's good enough. We need listed tree status. We need green monuments saved.
Well, listen, can you and I, will you come on again in January and we can talk more about that?
Absolutely.
Oh, that would be great.
Absolutely.
All right, fab. Well, for now, thank you for talking to us about National Tree Week. I'll bid you and your family a beautiful Christmas, because I probably won't speak to you again this side of the new year. But yeah, we'll speak to you again in January about that, if that's
fantastic.
Okay.
Love chatting to you, Molly. It's great.
It's always lovely to have you on. Any jokes to finish with?
Oh my God, I'm almost run out here. I'm almost run out. I should think of a Spanish joke, but no, they're eluding me at the moment.
Listen, Rob, we'll speak to you again
soon.
No.
I know. I was pining for home when I was there.
Thank you, my lovely. Bye, Rob.
Bye.
The tree hunter himself, Rob McBride. Right, I will say adieu. Thank you for spending Saturday morning with me. Pete Waterman is next, and I'll see you next Saturday from 10.
BBC Coventry and Warwickshire Travel.
Hi, Dorina.